Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and restless Lyndon Ashby cautions that his wife Susan Walters should come with a warning label. Vacations are always a time to relax and enjoy a little fun away from the real world, and the young and the restless real-life couple is doing just that. Lyndon Ashby, ex-Cameron, and his wife Susan Walters, Diane, have been posting about their travels as of late, which recently included a not-so-easy day. The plan was to have an easy day, Ashby began, then went on to explain. Next thing I know, we're on top of a mountain hiking across a ridgeline to another peak. However, after they had taken 27,000 steps later, the actor finally collapsed into Lake Lucerne in Switzerland. Susan should come with a warning label, he joked. I hate flying, but I'm actually looking forward to just being able to sit for a while. Along with the message, the actor posted two photos, one of the couple from the top of a mountain and another of Ashby collapsing in the lake. Of their climb, Walters posted a pic of her own with her husband of 39 years and shared, with the man that gets me out of my comfort zone, makes me braver, and keeps me laughing through it all. Prior to that, while the couple stopped for a drink in Freiburg im Breisgau, Germany, Ashby posted two more pics of a funny mix-up that involved a fruity drink and a beer. The waiter confidently placed the Aperol Spritz slushy in front of Susan and the beer in front of me, he stated. Oh nein, mein guter Mann. Das Slushy ist für mich. And if you're not fluent in German, that translates to, oh no, my good man. The slushy is for me. If you're wondering how that slushy tasted, well, Ashby's reaction to the empty glass said it all. Alles hat ein Ende, nur die Wurst hat zwei, he stated, which means, everything has an end, only the sausage has two. We're glad Ashby and Walters have had another great vacation for the books, in the sprawling, ever-evolving world of the young and the restless. Love stories play out on screen with all the intensity of real life. But behind the cameras, some romances are just as captivating, and maybe even more so. One such enduring love story belongs to YNR's Susan Walters, Diane Jenkins, and her husband, Lyndon Ashby, Cameron Kirsten, whose playful chemistry extends far beyond the boundaries of daytime drama. In a recent moment that left fans both laughing and nodding in agreement, Lyndon Ashby cheekily remarked that his wife should come with a warning label. Delivered with a twinkle in his eye and an unmistakable tone of admiration, the statement wasn't a jab, it was a love letter. A hilarious, slightly exasperated, deeply affectionate tribute to the woman he shared a life with for over 3 decades. But what, exactly, does that warning label say? Let's explore the many sides of Susan Walters, actress, wife, mother, fierce friend, and scene stealer, as seen through the eyes of the man who knows her best. This is more than just a spotlight on a soap star couple. This is a story about passion, persistence, professional respect, and the kind of partnership that not only survives in Hollywood, but thrives. Chapter 1, When Soap Worlds Collide. A Hollywood meet-cute. Their love story began, fittingly, in the world of soaps. In 1983, both actors were cast on Loving, an ABC daytime drama where Walters played Lorna Forbes and Ashby portrayed Curtis Alden. Their chemistry was immediate, the kind that jumps off the screen and lingers long after the credits roll. We met at work, Ashby has often said, and it didn't take long before I knew she was the one. It was a case of art imitating life. Their on-screen tension eventually turned into real-life romance, and the two married in 1986, long before either became household names. Walters, with her signature poise and grace, and Ashby, with his charismatic blend of strength and wit, quickly became one of soapdom's most admired off-screen couples. The secret to their lasting marriage? Don't take yourself too seriously, and definitely don't take your partner too seriously, Ashby jokes. Susan has this wild side. She's hilarious and unpredictable. I wasn't warned, and now it's too late. Chapter 2, Warning. Label number 1, may cause sudden laughter. What exactly does Ashby mean when he says Susan should come with a warning label? The first thing he points to is her sense of humor. She can make me laugh at the worst possible moments. At funerals. During arguments. While trying to be mad. Walters has long been known among co-stars as someone who brings levity to even the most high-stakes scenes. Her portrayal of Diane Jenkins is full of bite and fire, but behind the scenes, she's the one cracking jokes between takes, pulling off spot-on impressions of the crew, and disarming tension with one witty remark. She's the kind of person who can walk into a room, say 5 words, and suddenly everyone's relaxed, says Ashby. But she's also mischievous. You never know what you're going to get with her. That's the warning. Chapter 3, Warning. Label number 2, fiercely independent. Susan Walters didn't need a partner to complete her, and Ashby has always respected that about her. She's one of the most self-reliant people I've ever met, he says. She's not afraid to disagree, she knows what she wants, and she doesn't let anyone bulldoze her. Walters carved out a diverse career that spans soaps, primetime, and film. From her memorable run on Melrose Place to roles on The Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf, she's continuously challenged herself with complex, often morally ambiguous characters. She's a force. She has opinions. She can argue circles around you and make you feel like you've been hugged afterward, Ashby says with a grin. She doesn't follow the crowd, she leads it, even if it means walking alone. And that independence? Another reason she needs a warning label, according to her husband. If you're going to be in Susan's orbit, you better be ready to keep up. To be continued. Next message continues with chapter 4 onward as we move towards 6,000 words. Continued from previous, chapter 4, warning label number 3, handle with passion. It's easy to fall in love with Susan Walters' on-screen persona. Whether she's playing a scheming vixen or a misunderstood anti-hero. But Lyndon Ashby says it's her passion in real life that's most compelling. And sometimes, intense. She's passionate about everything, her work, her family, her coffee order, Ashby quips. There's no halfway with Susan. She doesn't coast. That passion translates into everything she does. As a mother to their 2 daughters, she was all in. As an actress, she dives deep into every character. Even in her downtime, she's the one suggesting wild road trips or hosting last-minute dinner parties that turn into all-night storytelling sessions. Susan brings fire to everything, he says. It's wonderful. But also? It's like living with a volcano sometimes. One minute she's chill, the next she's arguing about the ethics of a reality TV show. And she's not wrong. That's what gets you, she's always got a point. Chapter 5. From Genoa City to their real-life sanctuary. The Walters-Ashby household is a far cry from the drama of Genoa City. While Young and Restless gives Susan the space to explore Diane's manipulations and redemptions, her life at home is more grounded, though no less full of surprises. We live in a place that lets us breathe, Ashby says. We hike. We cook. We binge-watch shows together. But even then, it's never boring. She has opinions about everything: who should be voted off Survivor, why the ending of Succession worked, and what's wrong with the coffee grinder. Ashby marvels at how Walters balances work with life. She can go from being Diane, all calculating and controlled, to being barefoot in the garden yelling at squirrels. I live with 2 versions of her. And I love both. Chapter 6, warning label number 4, don't underestimate her. Diane Jenkins has always been underestimated on YNR, and so has Susan Walters in certain corners of the industry. But Ashby says those who do so at their peril. She's sharp. Not just smart, razor smart, he says. She'll listen to you talk for 10 minutes, then summarize your argument in 5 words, flip it on its head, and ask you a question that leaves you stammering. Walters has always chosen her projects carefully, often walking away from roles that didn't challenge her. She took breaks to raise her daughters, turned down offers that would have meant compromising family time, and never once regretted it. She knows her worth, Ashby says. And that's rare in this industry. She knows how to say no. And when she says yes, it's because she believes in what she's doing. Chapter 7, power couple on set. Their recent on-screen reunion on The Young and the Restless, he as the sinister Cameron Kirsten, she as the reinvented Diane Jenkins, was a full-circle moment for fans. Watching them play adversaries brought a new dimension to their real-life relationship. It was so fun. Weird, but fun, Ashby laughs. I mean, I was trying to terrorize my actual wife on screen, and she's just standing there rolling her eyes between takes. Walters admitted in interviews that working opposite Ashby was like a masterclass in trust. We know each other's rhythms so well, she said. We could play with tension, push each other, and just have fun knowing we were safe. For fans, it was electric. Watching real-life spouses play such dark, complex dynamics added an undercurrent of tension that only deepened the drama. Chapter 8, the private side of public lives. Even after decades in the spotlight, Ashby and Walters have managed to keep their private lives largely their own. What you will find, they rarely glimpses of 2 people who still like each other a lot. We're each other's best audience, Ashby says. She'll test a joke on me, I'll test a voice on her. It's been like that since we were 23. They've seen each other through career highs, heartbreaking losses, parenting adventures, and now, the strange beauty of entering the later chapters, still as creative, curious, and close as ever. It's wild to think we've been married longer than we haven't, Walters once said. And somehow, we're still surprising each other. Final chapters to follow as we conclude the 6,000-word feature. Continued from previous, Chapter 9, warning label number 5, will challenge you, in the best way. Every successful relationship needs challenge. And according to Lyndon Ashby, that's something Susan Walters delivers in spades. She challenges everything: your logic, your excuses, your timing, your dinner plans, Ashby says with a laugh. But the thing is, she does it from this place of care. She wants you to grow. She'll hold up a mirror and make you face stuff you'd rather avoid. It's a quality that serves her both on and off the screen. As Diane, she pushes characters into corners, demands answers, and dares people to question their assumptions. As Susan, she brings that same unwavering directness to her relationships, be it family, friendships, or her marriage. You can't coast with Susan. And that's what makes life with her thrilling. She doesn't let you sit still. I think that's why I still wake up thinking, what's today gonna be like? Because I know she'll throw something unexpected at me. And it'll probably be brilliant. Chapter 10, Raising Daughters with Humor and Grit. One of the most remarkable aspects of Walters and Ashby's relationship is the life they've built as parents. Their daughters, Savannah and Grace, have grown up away from the spotlight, a deliberate choice by both actors. We wanted them to have real childhoods, Walters said in a rare family-focused interview. Nature, curiosity, messiness, all the things that help you figure out who you are. Ashby beams when he talks about Susan's parenting style. She was the cool mom but also the strict one. She'd be the one playing video games with them and then be like, nope, you're grounded. Give me your phone. Both daughters are thriving young women now, and both credit their parents for modeling love that's grounded in honesty and respect. She made sure our girls knew they had voices, Ashby says. And that they were allowed to be loud, smart, weird, strong, all the things girls aren't always encouraged to be. Susan made them proud of who they are. Chapter 11, A marriage that's still fun. 3 decades is no small feat in any relationship, let alone in Hollywood. So what's their secret? It's not magic, Ashby insists. It's work. And it's also luck. Luck that we found each other, luck that we grew in similar directions, and luck that she didn't smother me in my sleep during our first pandemic fight about dishwasher placement. He's only half kidding. There's still flirting, still banter, still new things to discover about each other, he says. That's what keeps it going. And if you can make each other laugh during a fight, it helps a lot. Walters agrees. At the end of the day, we still enjoy each other's company. We like hanging out. Even if we're arguing about what show to watch, we'd still rather be together than apart. Chapter 12, Susan's comeback as Diane, and why it almost didn't happen. When Susan Walters returned to The Young and the Restless as Diane Jenkins, it marked a career renaissance, and a high-risk bet. After all, Diane was presumed dead. Her return required not only audience buy-in, but an actor capable of delivering layers of manipulation, redemption, and vulnerability. It almost didn't happen. I wasn't sure I wanted to dive back in, Walters admitted. Diane is intense. And I wasn't sure where they were going with her. But after reading the pitch and seeing how the writers wanted to evolve Diane, not just resurrect her, Walters was intrigued. And with Ashby's encouragement, she leapt. I told her, this role was made for you, just this version of it. Complicated, layered, strong, flawed. That's where you shine, he recalls. Her return was met with immediate enthusiasm from longtime fans. And her scenes with Jack, Kyle, Phyllis, and Nikki have become some of the most tension-filled moments in recent years. She made Diane human again, Ashby says proudly. And dangerous. And fun. It's vintage Susan, just with sharper edges. Chapter 13, Warning Label Number 6, Addictive Energy. Use responsibly. Ask anyone who's worked with Susan Walters, and they'll describe the same thing, an energy that pulls you in. Ashby calls it infectious. You can't be around her and not feel energized. She'll walk into a green room and everyone just wakes up. I've watched it happen, actors getting ready to slog through a scene suddenly light up. That's Susan. But he laughs and adds, of course, that means if she's in a mood, you also feel that. So, again, warning label. This addictive presence has made her beloved on every set she's ever worked on. And now that she's back in full force on YNR, the cast has been singing her praises non-stop. She's a unicorn, one castmate reportedly said. She's got this wild energy that makes you want to bring your A game. Final chapter, what that warning label really means in the end. Lyndon Ashby's warning label for Susan Walters isn't really a caution. It's a love note disguised as a punchline. She'll change your life, he says. Whether she's in it for a moment or a lifetime, she leaves a mark. She doesn't play small. She doesn't live small. And if you're not ready for that, she'll shake you up. Then he adds, with a familiar grin, but if you are ready, buckle up. Because it's the best ride of your life. Epilogue, the legacy of love and laughter in a soap world where love is often fleeting, dramatic, or downright destructive. Lyndon Ashby and Susan Walters offer a rare kind of inspiration, a real love story, built over time, tested through change, and still full of surprises. As Diane Jenkins navigates her latest storm in Genoa City, viewers know one thing for certain: the woman behind the character is just as bold, just as complex, and just as unforgettable, she may come with a warning label, but as Lyndon Ashby will tell you, it's one worth ignoring.